Oh, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentle collectors, ladies with gentle hands. Oh, I really wish I had something like that. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Collector's Manual. This is going to be a Collector's Manual topic. I'm kind of jumping the gun a little bit. I know I mentioned that I was going to do English support Japanese versions of games, but I'm going to touch on that a little bit. But there's a game in here that I have right now that is going to fly off the shelf on Mercari. So, and I've listed it on Mercari already. So I've probably got like a day left with this game before it gets passed on to a new owner. So I wanted to cover games that you can collect here in Japan that are like alternate variants, rare games that are very unique to Japan. And so not all of these have English support, but I do think most of them have English support, if I'm not being mistaken. So, but this is just a handful. There's going to be more. There's going to be, you know, I kind of wanted to do stuff that you can kind of only get here in Japan, but instead of like games where you can buy the Japanese variant and still play it, although that is sort of one of the things here, but you'll understand why as we get through it. So to kick things off, so today's topic is Japanese games you should buy here in Japan. You should put these on a list, plan, look for them. These are PS3 that we're going to be looking at today. So kicking things off, you guys, I kind of showed these first ones to you in the last video. So I kind of want to start there so that it's not too unfamiliar, so you kind of understand what we're talking about. But these are the Assassin's Creed Ezio Saga. Not sure if you can see that, I'm not sure if it's in focus. And then the Assassin's Creed Connor's Saga. Now, these two, of course, as I explained before, this is like the equivalent of the Ezio trilogy on North American version, but this is the Japanese copy. That artwork is so good, so good. And then you have Assassin's Creed Connor's Saga, which is 3 in Liberations, which is the usual combo that you get. But the reason why this one is also important to get is because this is how you get Assassin's Creed 3. So you get Assassin's Creed 3 Lady Liberty HD. Instead of it being called Liberations, here for the Japanese market they called it Lady Liberty, you know, like the Statue of Liberty. That is one of the reasons it is called that. So those are the full arts, but you can get these ones a lot easier. These are what you're probably going to find out on the shelves. These are the same ones, the Ezio Saga and the Connor Saga. These are the Ubi the Best versions. I picked these up really cheap to kind of flip. So yeah, that's what you see on the shelf predominantly. This has been the hardest one to find full art. I've actually seen more of the Connor Sagas available in the full art. I broke it. I did not break it. Woo! Yeah, we're good. But yes, so these are a couple of things that you can get. We're starting off really light. Spoke about them in the last video, about the multi-packs and that kind of thing. But now we're going to get into some heavy hitters. Another easy access one that you can get, and this is one you really should be having on your list because they're only released physical copies here in Japan. But this does have full English support. That is Okami HD. Okami came out originally on the PlayStation 2. Fantastic game. A lot of people love it. I can't wait to sink my teeth into the HD version of this. And I have already pre-installed it. So it's an installation disc. You pop the disc in and you download the software onto your hard drive. But this is currently on the PlayStation Store. So you can download it digitally from the PS3 store. But as we know, that inevitably is going to close. This did get a re-release on PlayStation 4. Again, this copy on PlayStation 3 though will eventually go up in price because this is only available here in Japan. But right now you can come here and pick this up 200 yen, 400 yen, 600 yen. I think the highest I've seen it for is like 800 yen. And I'm like, I see 800 yen and I'm like, oh no, I won't pay £4 for Okami. If it's not 480 or less, I won't do it. You know, that's where I'm at right now, but this inevitably is going to go up in price. And if you look on eBay, Japanese copies of this game are going for I think like roughly £20, something like that. So if you are in Japan on a holiday, on a trip, you're going to a book off, you can find this really easily. There's also a box version to do with the PlayStation Move Eye thing, but I've never actually bought that box. So I might try and find one of those for really cheap and just see what is in there. But that's a great one to add to your collection. This one, okay, let's go with this one instead. Oh, this one is Sonic World Adventure. If you know Sonic games, you know that this is basically the Japanese version of Sonic Unleashed. So I'm not a huge Sonic person. I've never really been into Sonic. But then I put this in yesterday because I was going to sell it on Mercari, and then I was like, oh, it's got full English support. Everything, even though like the logo has got Japanese at the top of it, even on the game, it's all in English support. All the voice acting is in English subtitles, English menus, so it's got full English support for this game. What is great about it is that it's then Sonic World Adventure, so I can earn the full trophies on this, and then I could go and buy Sonic Unleashed and earn all the trophies for Sonic Unleashed as well, which is fantastic. So I can double up on trophies when you buy this game. It's becoming a bit more pricey. I remember picking this up, I think I picked it up, it was either like 1,800 yen, because I was way out south of Tokyo when I found it, but I knew that was a good price for this, and I'd not seen it anywhere. And so Sonic World Adventure, really cool game. It does have a reverse cover art, but it kind of loses all the branding and stuff. But again, really cool pickup, and yeah, recommended, because the time that I spent in it, I then watched a couple of reviews on it, and I was like, wow, okay, so it's got a mixture of like platforming elements as well, because I really like Jak and Daxter and the Ratchet and Clank series, and then this might be the perfect game from a Sonic perspective for me to get into, because I did play it a little bit as a kid, like a side-scrolling version of Sonic, but yeah, I never really got into any of the 3D Sonics, so this is the perfect one to kind of sink my teeth into. Now then, let's talk about this one first. This is a really hard thing to find. In almost 2 years of me being here in Japan, I have not found this until recently on Mercari, and it was going for a decent price. Now this you don't necessarily need to have, but this is for my Metal Gear fans out there. I've not really been dabbling or showcasing too much Metal Gear to you in these long form videos, but we kick things off. Metal Gear Online. This is Japanese exclusive. As you remember, the Metal Gear Online was a lot of fun, but I never had the internet to be able to play it stably, you know, in the UK. But they did region lock the online. So for instance, if you was playing in Europe, you was playing against other European players. If you was playing in North America, you was playing against other North American players. Here in Japan, because of sort of the internet limitations that we had back then, because internet wasn't like what it was now. Like I remember I had to pull the modem closer to the PlayStation to try and get better, but then like because I've got we had high ceilings, it was just blocking out. It was just a nightmare. I remember when I was first getting PlayStation 3 and trying to get into the online and stuff, my internet had been an issue. It's always been an issue until, well, here, and now that I have like unlimited internet on my phone and can use it as a hotspot, you know. So, but they did that here in Japan. They locked it off regionally. So like many things that they do here in Japan with Metal Gear in particular, they separated Metal Gear Online into its own release. This is what it looks like. The thing I do love though is the spine. So you've got like the artwork of Snake and the guys here on the spine as well. And then that Metal Gear Online is in English, and yeah, it's really, really cool pickup. So I'm happy to have this. Naturally, it has the disc. I could pop the disc in and install it, but there's no point. It's just a collector's piece. So I kind of want to showcase that there are collector's pieces here for you as well. Look at the ones from your different franchises. If you're a Final Fantasy fan or whatever it is, there's loads of stuff for you. So this one is a pricier one. Now, Again, Japanese exclusive physical release, because they also took this down off the PlayStation Store, so then this skyrocketed in value. Driving game, Gran Turismo HD. So I do have it in a protector. I'll take that out because it was way too shiny. I don't think you saw that properly. Gran Turismo HD. Again, this is a fun one because Gran Turismo HD, I did install it for a little bit, and there's kind of like a few challenges you can go through. It's a little bit of like a GT Prologue, basically, but I think there's more content in GT Prologue, if I'm being honest with you. Gran Turismo HD was sort of like a teaser into what Gran Turismo was going to be in this new generation. And originally you could get it on the PlayStation Store, but now you can't get that anymore. So this is the only way to get any remnants of this, the HD, Gran Turismo HD. So again, if you see this out here, usually they're in the glass cases. They are roughly 10 to 15,000 yen a piece. But I found these out on the shelves in the wild. I found one at 7,400 and then I found one at 6,500 because the case was damaged, but I did a case swap. And yeah, the box art itself was absolutely fine. So I was really happy with that pickup. And that one's in my personal collection for the moment. But I actually don't see myself playing it because I actually prefer the full Gran Turismo experiences that we have on PlayStation 3. I'm currently playing Gran Turismo 5. I'm enjoying that one, but I'm kind of not enjoying like the level element of it. It's just a little bit annoying. So I am going to try and anchor after Gran Turismo 6. And I do have the Academy Edition back in the UK. But this is big because this is a huge discovery. And I think it's going to cause the price of it to go up. But also, it's already a game that is extremely highly priced right now. It's a hot one. It's in everybody's videos. Everybody's talking about it. And for good reason. It's Puppeteer. Yes, so this is a Japanese copy of Puppeteer that I picked up on Monday. We are on, well, by the time you see this video, it's probably going to be Sunday. So I've had it for a week, and I was Googling about it, but just when I saw it on the shelf, I was like, 880 yen this was, so roughly £4. I just kind of had a thought to myself, and I was like, look, I'll buy it anyway, because for £4 I can't really go wrong. I was like, there's no way that I not get my 880 yen back. And I went on Mercari, and like they are selling like hotcakes. There are none on there. Last one sold for 6,000. The next one, all the ones were on at 1.9, but then obviously the news is still very fresh about the PlayStation Store. What is so important about this? Upon buying this, I Googled to see if I could find out if it had English support, and that was the main discovery that I've made for this. The Japanese version of Puppeteer does play entirely in English. I will be making a short about it as well that I've already filmed the short, and it's working operation. It brings up the menu, it's all the voice acting, everything. So this is a huge discovery because after being here for a while, I realized that many games do not have English support here in Japan. A huge discovery that Puppeteer, the Japanese version, also plays in English. So if you're looking to try and get a cheaper copy, remember when I was saying that the Australian versions of this game, the sole comps for that were around $45-50 instead of the $70-80 price tag that it's at, and it's going to keep rising. It's going to keep rising, especially come next July. I think the beginning of 2027, because that's going to be like, this is the year that the store is closing down. Again, that trend is going to go up, and then as we go into the mid part of next year, it's going to be the last opportunities to get your hands on stuff, and prices are already going to be skyrocketing. So if you want to play this game, get your hands on a Japanese copy if you can for cheap. I'm not saying you're going to be able to get it for cheap, but you might be able to get it for cheaper, simply because people don't want that spine on their shelf. But if you want to play the game, then you know it's a slight sacrifice you make, and I could probably guarantee you'll probably retain your money. If not, it'll be you'll make more on it. Sorry. So Puppeteer, the Japanese version, fantastic. Now this last one, again, I've spoken about it before. This one is Japanese exclusive again. It is a collection, and there is one sole reason you should get it. It should have been two sole reasons you should get it at the very minimum, but there's one reason you should get this. But this is the Ratchet and Clank Strongest in the Galaxy TriStar pack. Strongest in the Galaxy is Saikyo Jinja, I think is what that translates to, and then TriStar Paku. So this is a second Ratchet and Clank collection. This came out exclusively in Japan. On here is Full Frontal Assault or Q-Force, Into the Nexus, and Quest for Booty. And unfortunately, the only one with English support is Quest for Booty. That is rather devastating with this, because Into the Nexus has Into the Nexus written in English on the case, but it plays entirely in Japanese, no English language support, which is really upsetting, because if it had Into the Nexus and Quest for Booty, it would be a no-brainer to go and pick this up for, you know, whatever price. Usually these hover between 6,000 and 7,000 yen, which is like 30 to 35 pounds. Again, this was like an instant pickup when I saw it. I think when I got mine, it was 5,800, I believe, and I was in Ogikubo book off. But you don't see these on the shelf very often. I see 1, 2, and 3 trilogy and stuff, but I'd never see this one on the shelf that often. If you see it, you should pick it up. Why? Quest for Booty was a PAL region exclusive that is available only to North America on the PlayStation Store. Inevitably that's going to close. Quest for Booty is going to shoot up in value like it has done already. It's already over £20, 20 to 25 now. Used to be 10 to 15, and then we've had this news, it's doubled. And of course, Into the Nexus, I am trying to find a copy of Into the Nexus for a reasonable price, and I know you guys are as well. That game right now is like £30, 35, 40 pounds. It is so hard to find a copy. Full Frontal Assault, you can kind of chill a little bit. You don't need to go too crazy on that one, or Q-Force, whichever version. You can pick that up for around £10. But yeah, this is a huge pickup. Thank you all for the support. We've grown like 20 subs since I started doing this. Obviously this channel, just kind of quickly to round this off, this channel I've had for like 10 years. I've been doing like gaming content for a very, very long time. You'll see the first video is the How to Kill the Predator on Ghost Recon Wildlands, and that I was doing that when I was at university. I haven't been at university for like 8 years, so making myself feel old at this point. But yes, this channel has always remained, and I've always wanted to do something with it and talk about video games, but I never, after doing the TikTok and kind of seeing, you know, a lot of the support and the love and the interest that people were having, that I wanted to bring a longer form version over to YouTube, and it just felt right to continue using this channel and kind of start it from afresh. So I've archived every single video that I've done on this channel. It's all hidden apart from the Predator takedown, because that's still a cool video. I still like that video. It's great. So yeah, so going to be continuing with this more long form stuff. Thank you all for the love, and yeah, let me know if there's any suggestions of other Japanese video games that you think I should pick up whilst I'm here. I'm not really a big JRPG, I'm not really a big RPG kind of person. I mean, the last like RPG that really really sunk some time into was The Division. So that's sort of the, you know, and The Division is a particular style of RPG, isn't it? It's not like, you know, Final Fantasy or that kind of thing. So yeah, not huge on that, but most other stuff I'm down for. Just give me suggestions, but give me JRPG suggestions if you're like, hey, play this to get into that genre, you know. But let me know stuff in the comments below. If you found this helpful, thank you very much for sticking by. This was 23 minutes long. Gosh, So sorry for taking up so much of your time, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.